we are recording. Okay, it's been a while. Hi, my name is Claudia. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those who may not know me, I used to make journaling content on here, but since April of last year when I gave birth to my daughter, I took a step back from YouTube. It's been now almost a year and a half since my last upload, so it's been a while. And I wanted to turn on the camera and put this video out for anyone who is curious about where I've been and what I've been up to, but more importantly, this is for me to bookend this point in my life as my family and I embark on a new journey together. Let's start off with the elephant in the room, which is my thumbnail. I'm holding a baby. Actually, he's sleeping right next to me, so if you hear any noises like just now, he's sleeping right next to me, and I don't want to move him or anything because he seems... Oh no. Okay, maybe... I thought you were content, but maybe you're not. Oh, okay. He's a baby. Hi. Oh, okay. Did I wake you up? Did I wake you up? Oh. Oh, shh. Oh, did I wake you up? I'm sorry. Mommy was just trying to work. So let's begin with what's most obvious. I'm holding a baby right now. So while I was away from YouTube, I went and had another baby. Yep, this is my second child, a son. This is Maximilian. He's kind of awake right now, but I'm gonna try to put him back to sleep. Please don't mind me rocking back and forth as I put Maximilian to sleep. So I gave birth in early August, and it was a beautiful, positive, and very fast labor, which is such an answer to prayer. It was an unmedicated hospital birth, and yeah, I would love to share my birth story on here sometime because it really is a testament to God's faithfulness and His grace. So I haven't talked about my birth story with Alora yet, and I do want to share that story with you on here sometime. But for the sake of brevity, I'll say that I had a positive labor experience, even though I found it incredibly challenging mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. My labor was 24 hours long, and I had been up for 36 hours at least by the time I gave birth because my labor began overnight and I couldn't sleep through my contractions. But all in all, Laura was born healthy, I was healthy, and now she is a thriving toddler. She's 16 months old at the time of this recording, and yeah, she's such a firecracker. She's so sociable, inquisitive, affectionate. Like, she loves giving high fives and kisses to her brother. It is such a gift, really, to witness her grow and to see life through her eyes. It really is. I naively initially thought I was going to return to work like maybe 2 months postpartum with Alora, but postpartum depression engulfed me and I really struggled. I plummeted into quite a dark hole, and Alora was a really difficult newborn, and coupled with the fact that I was struggling with the transition of 0 babies to 1, not knowing a single thing about motherhood, obviously, this all threw me in a loop. It really did. Parenting for the first time has such a steep learning curve, and for those early few months, I was constantly berating myself for failing my daughter and for being such a failure myself, when looking back, I wasn't a failure. I wasn't at all. Being a first-time parent is so hard. I wasn't giving myself any grace, and you're also learning to trust your mom gut, and that can only be exercised over time. It's one of those things where you just don't know what it's going to be like until you find yourself in the thick of it, and so I found it way too overwhelming. Physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Okay, side note, I just fed him and put him to sleep, so hopefully he'll keep sleeping. We will see. We'll see how far I get into filming this video. Where were we? So what helped though was a lot of prayer, a lot of crying out to God, clinging on to Him through the storm, even if I felt like He wasn't hearing me, and having faith that despite how I feel in the moment, He is who He says He is, and I'll just keep holding on. What also helped it was sharing my honest thoughts and feelings with others, receiving encouragement, talking to other moms about their experiences, especially those who also had a rough start to motherhood. That was quite the form of consolation for me to know that I wasn't alone, and that this feeling of isolation and just being overwhelmed and overstimulated. This was a universal feeling among mothers. And lastly, just taking it day by day and not having the expectation of returning back to work, or really having any expectation that I was going to have my pre-baby life in general come back to me. When I let go of these expectations I had placed on myself and just surrendered my desires and plans and asked and listened to what God's will was for me, even down to the littlest things of like, God, what do you want me to do right now? What do you want me to do in the next hour? What is your will for me for the rest of this day? Just not looking too far into the future, just focusing on putting one foot forward and figuring out what was the next best thing to do for my family and I. When I had this pivot in my outlook and when I received this humbling, that's when things got better. My mindset shifted and my priorities shifted, and I have now come to enjoy my vocation as a wife, as a mother, as a homemaker. I might not be acting in TV and film anymore, and even though that is something I'm still very passionate about, I know I'm still doing important work. It is worthwhile being a mom to these 2 kids. It is worthwhile stewarding these precious souls that God has gifted me with. It is worthwhile joyfully serving my family and keeping my home, not for my gain, but for the glory of God. There's this quote I really like. It's by Sister Carmela of the Holy Spirit, and it goes, "Make me understand well that true peace does not consist in being exempt from difficulties or in following my own wishes, but in total adherence to your will and in docility to the inspirations of the Holy Spirit." In order to grow, I was being pruned. I was dying to self every single day, and motherhood does a really good job in showing you what imitating Christ's humility is like. I'm referring to Philippians 2, where it talks about how in humility you count others more significant than yourself. And also my experience in being a mom so far has shown me how Mary, the mother of Jesus, is a beautiful example of motherhood. Her fiat at the Annunciation is so moving because it is an example of what we can strive for, to say yes to God, to have it be done according to his will. This is not just the Gospel of Luke chapter 1. This is the Annunciation. Her humility is palpable. Her obedience and faith in God is so beautiful. This scene shows me that we have a special role to play in God's plan, no matter our vocation, regardless of whether or not we accomplish goals that the world would deem as worthy of praise or accolades. St. John Paul II said this best: "In the light of Mary, the Church sees in the face of women the reflections of a beauty which mirror the loftiest sentiments of which the human heart is capable. The self-offering totality of love, the strength that is capable of bearing the greatest sorrows, limitless fidelity and tireless devotion to work, the ability to combine penetrating intuition with words of support and encouragement." Anyways, I'm going on a tangent now, but thanks be to God that he made me a mom. It is such important and worthwhile work. So I hope to be back on YouTube again. I don't know how much I'll be able to do. That's in God's hands. I don't know what kind of content I'll be making. That's also in his hands too. I don't think I could make journaling content right away just because of how busy my life is and just the practicalities of getting everything set up and finding a time to be at my desk to film. I don't think that's possible right now. But what I can do is turn on my camera every now and then and just capture moments of my everyday life. So what's new with me? Well, as you can tell from the background here, things are different. We have moved. In fact, we have moved provinces. We used to live on Vancouver Island in British Columbia, but now we are living in the Saskatchewan prairies. My husband is attending school here in the fall, and I know it seems like a sudden change of events, but it's been a decision that's been in the making for well over a year now, and we're finally here. Despite the mosquitoes and the intense heat so far, I'm loving it here. I love the pace of it here. I love the view of our backyard. I love that this environment is really conducive for raising children. I love our home, albeit we are still settling in. We only recently just moved in, and let me tell you, it is hard to unpack, to clean, to organize, to sort, to build furniture when you've got a toddler to take care of and you've got a newborn as well, and it's the height of summer and it's so hot. It's a lot. Things are not in place yet. Like, actually behind this camera are boxes, like lots of boxes and furniture that we have to build. It's a mess right behind here. I'm not going to show it to you. It's just a mess. Trust me on that. Despite that, and even though we certainly have our work cut out for ourselves, we are so grateful for God and his provision and his blessings. So what are we up to now? Well, we are embracing the season. We are taking it day by day. Like I said, adjusting to this life of being a family of 4, taking it slow with unpacking, sorting, cleaning, organizing, being okay with mess everywhere as we're figuring out where to place things. Also, before Max was born, we spent a large part of our time just being together as a family and enjoying each other's company before the arrival of a new baby, before Nigel goes to school, and just spending this time of it being only Elora and helping her adjust to this new environment. We've also been doing lots of summer things together, like going outside when it's not scorching hot. I've been doing a lot of baking and cooking from scratch. I've also made a lot of sweet treats from scratch too, and I've really been enjoying cooking from scratch actually. It's been a project of mine I've wanted to embark on, and I'm so glad I'm doing it now. For a long time I was intimidated by it and was scared of even attempting because I didn't want to fail pridefully, but I'm really enjoying it, and I love making food from scratch for my family. It comes from the heart and I know what ingredients go in there, and so yeah, I've been really enjoying, using my hands and creating something and gifting it to the people who I love. I'm also embracing how I don't have the time anymore or the space anymore to plan and journal like I used to. I'm always on the go as a mom. I'm just doing the next best thing that's right in front of me. If it's doing the dishes, I'll do the dishes. If it's cleaning up the toys, I'll clean up the toys. It's just, that's the life I'm living in right now. And that's the rhythm we're in, is just doing whatever is in front of us, not having to spend too much time planning. So yeah, that's basically what's been going on as of late. I apologize if this heart-to-heart is very long-winded and rambly. Mom brain is very real. I'm also sorry that this is such a belated update video. I tried to put out updates here and there on the community tab of my channel, but I know that not everyone sees it. I've been getting comments from people asking where I've been and why I've disappeared, so hopefully this video answers your questions. Anyways, thank you so much for watching up to here. I really appreciate it. I really do. Take care. God bless you. Please pray for me. I'm praying for you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.